I'm Vanessa Keeton, and 15 years ago, I was breaking the law, hurting my family, and stuck in an addiction I thought I couldn't escape. Now, with over a decade of sobriety, my mission is to help anyone I meet find recovery and live recovery. For the next half hour, we are answering tough questions, having hard conversations.
We can overcome this terrible, terrible disease called addiction that's just robbed and ravaged our communities.
And showing you the inspirational stories of what a world away from substance abuse looks like.
I really feel like the sky is the limit.
Let's get started. Welcome to Inside ARC, presented by Addiction Recovery Care. Hi everyone, and welcome to Inside ARC, presented by Addiction Recovery Care. I'm your host, Vanessa Keeton. This show is pretty simple, but can be life-changing. Inside ARC is a time for us to come together to have tough conversations about addiction and recovery, as well as offer hope to anyone out there that needs help. We all know someone in addiction, or maybe you yourself have been struggling for years. We want to help you. It's as simple as that. During the entire show, we will have people waiting by the phone who can answer your questions and help you find a treatment solution for your addiction. All you have to do is call the number at the bottom of your screen. With that being said, let's get started. Jimma Vanhorn was well educated from a typical middle-class family. Her path had her on track to become a successful art teacher. However, a 20-year addiction to different substances left her struggling for answers. We're excited to share her story of recovery and redemption.
I never want to forget where I came from, and I never want to forget the desperation that I felt. I grew up in a wonderful home, wonderful parents. I was the youngest of 3 children. Honestly, my addiction began like a lot of normal teens, just experiencing the normal challenges every adolescent goes through, not fitting in, not being enough. The very first time that I drank alcohol, I was 13 years old, and I drank myself into a blackout. I had a full ride to Morehead State University. I was in the Honors Academy. There, I was excelling, but my life on the other side was crumbling, and I was drinking every night, partying every night, and smoking weed nonstop. But all of that changed when I ran into Oxycontin for the first time. Everything, of course, began to progress. Within a month, I had to withdraw from school. We had known each other. He grew up in Ashland, Kentucky as well. We met when we were both sober, and we had both had similar struggles, so I think that's where we found common ground. But he was full of life, and he was a hard worker, and he was intelligent, and he loved me. I was able to have a very healthy pregnancy and deliver a very healthy baby boy at that time, but I did not stay in treatment. I decided to go home. I wanted to be with my husband. I wanted to be with my son, and shortly after that, I relapsed. All of that led us to May 18th of 2017. That was when my husband lost the fight with addiction, and he died of an overdose. Everyone told me after a year that I would maybe be able to pick the pieces up and that I would maybe be able to move on. And everything just compounded after a year. Everything just got so much worse because the reality of my circumstances set in that I was a drug addict and I was a failure. And that I had tried sobriety so many times, but I had failed. And that I didn't have my husband. And that I was a piece of crap mom. And that I was the greatest disappointment to my family. I couldn't go on living like that. I could not go on living like that. And I remember truly thinking about what life would look like without me. And who would take care of my son. And and when you're stuck in the grips like that, like you would think that everyone's going to be better off. You do. You think everyone will be better off without you because of the pain that you've caused them. But in that moment of truly contemplating, not being on this earth anymore and not being a mother to my child, I thought about him for the first time, maybe in his whole life. I thought about his story and how incredibly sad his story is already, that he has lost his father to an overdose, and that he was probably going to lose his mother to an overdose too if I didn't choose to do something different. And in that moment, it was as if I had never thought of that before. And when that thought crossed my mind, I came to myself. And I cried out to God to help me and to direct my steps. And he was right there. He was right there. I had felt so far away from him, but as soon as I cried out to him, he answered me. And he directed my steps and led me to ARC.
Hey guys, welcome back to my video, and today I am First, I want you to see my mom.
Be here every morning. Be the calm I feel. Be the beauty I behold. All the days I'm here.
Well, I know that in this day and age, addiction touches everyone. And a lot of people have lost loved ones to overdoses. What I think was so, especially looking back, what was so incredible about my story is that I used that pain to motivate me into changing my life. You can either use it as something that can destroy your life, or you can use it as a stimulus to change your life. And that was exactly what I did with God through ARC. And I think being able to share that with other people, because when you're going through grief like that, you just feel like no one understands. But I'm telling you, I've been there. And I've walked through it. And with the tools that were laid at my feet and with true surrender, I was able to get to where I am today. And my husband is with me in everything that I do, in every group that I lead. And every time I tell my testimony, his death was not in vain. There's been purpose.
Jimma is now here with us. Jimma, that was heartbreaking and beautiful all in one. So what does it feel like to watch your story?
It's extremely emotional. My journey was not easy. It was a tough one. But walking through it is a reminder of just what God can do in someone's life when they truly surrender. I think it's beautiful how he can take our greatest struggles and turn them into our greatest attributes.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what he's done in your life. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So tell me, You mentioned that you had been to treatment before, and I know that in one of the pictures that it showed on your video, you had a completion certificate in front of you, and you were pregnant, and that's when I met you.
Yes.
I met you then when we were at Karen's place together many years ago, and so you technically were the first pregnant client in the company, which was, it's always something when I think about us having a maternity center now, I always think about your story. So tell me, what was it like to have, I know that you mentioned your relapse. What was it like to have gone through, treatment and then have a child and then, end up relapsing after that? So tell me how that part of your story you now use to inspire other people.
Well, it was terrifying. Finding out that you were pregnant when you're in the grips of addiction is absolutely one of the scariest things that I had ever encountered. But I had to fight for my baby.
Yeah.
My child at the time did not have a voice, and once again I cried out to God, and He led me to Karen's place.
Yeah.
But it ended up being a beautiful pregnancy because I was able to receive the proper health care that I need. I was surrounded by loving women that supported me. I was also given hope. I was taught, how I could care for my child. I was given the resources that I would need once I delivered my child to actually be a mother and care for him.
Right.
So it was a beautiful experience. At the time, it was scary going into it, but it ended up being one of the greatest things that I had ever done for myself and my child.
Absolutely. And you had a healthy delivery, and everything went as planned on all of that. So I know, obviously, I know you, and I know how inspiring you are to others. Was there a time where you actually realized your story could be used to inspire other people?
Well, on a daily basis, I can see how it comes full circle. But yes, there was a specific moment when I was leading a peer support group, and I was sitting across from a woman that had just lost her husband.
Oh, wow.
And she thought that no one understood her. No one understood the grief that she was going through, accompanied with trying to deal with her addiction. And I had been there. And I was able to share my story with her, and we were able to get through another day. And at that time, I got to see where my story was full circle and how God was using me.
Wow. So now, where are you at in your recovery journey now? What do you still do for your recovery?
Well, I am 4 years sober. I get to work with people in recovery on a daily basis. I get to lead other women that are also in recovery, help form their lives and go back to school and become a mother, find the resources that they need to walk out long-term recovery. I'm the mother, the daughter, the sister, the employee that I once could only dream about being. I'm a college graduate. I'm pursuing a master's degree. And I really know that with where I'm at, if I continue to do what I did yesterday, that the sky's the limit.
That's right. There's literally no limit.
Yes.
There's absolutely no limit. So, I can't even imagine what it feels like, losing your husband. And I love that you've been able to use that story to even be able, if it was just to help that one woman walk through that moment. Oh my goodness. It's so special. So tell me how you allow your husband's legacy to really live on every day.
Well, like I said in my story, he is with me in everything that I do, and every time I share my testimony, and every time I lead a group, every time I have a one-on-one with someone, I'm able to share what God brought me through.
Yeah.
But his death was not in vain, and I honor him by remaining in the solution.
That's right.
And fighting in his honor. So if I can save one person from losing their life to this disease, if I can save one child from having lost a parent to this disease, then it is all worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really how you have to look at it. You know, pains of life are going to come and they're going to hurt. And sometimes they're going to feel like they're going to bury us right along with someone that we lose. But being able to really pick up the pieces and move forward and turn that pain into purpose, that's really what we have to do.
Absolutely.
It's what we have to do. So I know that Cairns Place Maternity Center, you're there. So tell me what it's like getting to interact with these new moms and their babies.
Oh my gosh, it's one of the most beautiful chapters of my life. The maternity center is such a special place. Seeing the women come in, they're pregnant. Some of them are just brand new mothers that are trying to gain custody of their child. But seeing them come in and get stable and be freed from addiction and then be able to deliver a healthy baby into this world and become a new mother, I mean, it's really something beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of the greatest things that we do at ARC.
Yeah, I agree. I love going in there.
Yes.
I love seeing the little footprints on the wall of all the babies who were born. It is so beautiful.
Yes.
So Gemma, thank you so much for sharing your story with us and being here. And we will be right back.
Located in the heart of downtown Louisa, Pioneer Rural Health is ready to serve your healthcare needs. Led by Dr. Christopher Jude, Pioneer Rural Health can serve you from the common cold to your yearly checkup. Our mission is to supply fantastic healthcare close to home and in a convenient location. Learn more about our services by visiting us at 203 Water Street in Louisa, Kentucky, or by calling 606-649-2211. And always remember, walk-ins are welcome.
Torchlight Studio is your home for Appalachian music, from bluegrass to folk, gospel, and even rock and roll. Our team has spent most of their lives bringing these sounds to not just local airwaves, but airwaves across the country. Our team includes Grammy winners with decades of experience.
But we have top flight equipment, we have good knowledge, I mean, we know what to do here, so we can do anything that's needed.
Head on over to torchlightstudio.org to schedule a studio session or learn more.
Second Chance Auto is a full-service garage that prides itself in offering the highest quality of automotive repair and customer service. We provide tires and wheels, oil changes, tune-ups, and more while utilizing state-of-the-art equipment. At Second Chance Auto, we're changing lives while changing tires.
What do we believe about people in addiction? We believe that nobody is too far gone. We believe recovery doesn't just mean finding life away from addiction. Recovery also means helping them get back up. At Addiction Recovery Care, those with substance use disorders have access to the medical treatment they need to get better. Because we believe coming to treatment is only temporary, and home is where you belong.
The historic Garden Theater is a lively gathering place for music, theater, and much more. Home to the Mountain Movers Theater Company, the theater has a rich history dating back to 1921. Repaired and refurbished in 2019, the Garden Theater is a beautiful reminder of Louisa's rich history and a space showcasing the area's bright future.
You are watching Inside ARC, presented by Addiction Recovery Care. If you have questions about addiction treatment, don't hesitate to call us now.
We often meet people at their rock bottom. Our treatment on demand puts us in hospitals, courtrooms, and even jail cells across Kentucky. Today, we're going to introduce to you Kadena Burton, who is doing just that in the Montgomery County Jail.
Even if you think for 1 second that no one's in your corner, man, understand that I am. I had to stay focused in the center of recovery, okay? I've always wanted to come back into the jail ever since I got in recovery, for one, to implement to others that there was hope, because I once sat in the same jail as they have. If someone like myself can get better, so can you. so can you. This is my primary purpose. You know, I asked for God to show me my divine purpose, and He did. And that's to help the still sick and suffering. You know, whether I go to a jail or whether I go to a treatment facility to speak to these women, it's, I have to give them hope.
I think it has brought a lot of good influences on the inmates because it's showing people who have actually been incarcerated before, it's showing them that they can actually come out and do something productive, something positive with their life, get their families back, become, like I said, productive members of society.
You know, because the majority of them are mothers. You know what I mean? They're not bad people, they were sick people trying to get better. So the thing about it is, they're someone's daughter, they're someone's mom, they're someone's sister. There's so much more than just an inmate. You know, and you really have to have a heart to work in recovery. You know what I mean? Because my views are going to be way different than someone that's not experienced. There might be 9 in the room, but if one person will, be open-minded to go to treatment, my mission's accomplished.
Come join us at Masterpiece Cafe. We are conveniently located in downtown Louisa and are your one-stop shop for specialty coffee drinks and made-from-scratch baked goods. Comfortable seating inside that is surrounded by local art from the tri-state region or outside on our back deck. Or grab your order to go.
Three Sisters Events, Rentals, and Designs is your one-stop shop for your event needs. When you book with us, we can get you the space, the supplies, and all the help you need coordinating your event. Send us your inspiration photos and let us create designs specific to you. Next up, set up a free consultation with us and our team will develop a plan and estimate to meet your budget. If you have an upcoming event, head on over to our website at threesistersevents.com to learn more.
My son's name is Casey. He died from an overdose to heroin at the age of 23. When we were in crisis with Casey, we were not allowed to do anything to intervene on his disease.
Charlotte Wethington decided to turn her pain into purpose. Casey's Law gives you, the family or friend of someone in addiction, the ability to help your loved one when they can't help themselves, by ultimately sending them to treatment. For assistance with the Casey's Law process, call the number on your screen now.
At Masterpiece Kitchen, we offer catering services and baked goods. Our renowned team is well known locally for their quality service and amazing abilities. At Masterpiece Kitchen, we're passionate about providing top-of-the-line catering services to fit your needs. Masterpiece Kitchen is also working towards being accredited to offer a degree in culinary arts. Check out Masterpiece Kitchen in Louisa and give us a call at 606-225-8675.
Hey, so what's up? I'm Matt Robinson, and I've been in I was active addiction for over 20 years, and this is 3 things I want to say to you if you're in active addiction is 1, you really can't do this alone. 2, there really is a better way to live, and it's available. And 3, man, if you could have figured this out and beat it, you already would have.
Welcome back. You often hear about the number of babies being born addicted on the news. At Addiction Recovery Care, we're tackling the stigma head on. Cairns Place Maternity Center offers pregnant women the opportunity to seek treatment, give birth, and become a mother. We're excited to take you inside of Cairns Place Maternity Center, where baby and mother live together.
Cairns Place Maternity Center, or KPMC, provides residential treatment for pregnant and postpartum women with substance use disorders. KPMC is located on the campus of King's Daughters Medical Center in Ashland, Kentucky, and welcomes up to 21 mothers and expecting mothers at a time. KPMC opened in 2018 to give expecting mothers hope on their recovery journey. Since its opening, KPMC's staff and dedicated doctors have helped welcome dozens of babies into the world, 76% of which have returned to the center with mom in 5 days or less. Statistics show 19 in every 1,000 babies in the state are born with neonatal abstinence syndrome, or NAS. Symptoms include seizures, sleep deprivation, excessive weight loss, and developmental issues. At Cairns Place Maternity Center, we help to decrease those symptoms and lessen days spent in the hospital. Clients have the opportunity to receive residential treatment the entire length of their pregnancy and up to 3 months post-delivery while learning neonatal care skills. Baby and mom live together at the facility, giving mothers in recovery an opportunity to develop the critical early bond with their baby. At KPMC, mothers also receive individual counseling along with weekly recovery small group and group therapy sessions. State-certified case managers work with each client to improve their recovery environment by addressing family, educational, housing, and vocational needs.
You can learn more about Cairns Place Maternity Center by visiting www.arccenters.com. Now it's time where we answer some of your questions about addiction and recovery. This week, we are answering the question, what do I do when I'm a new mother battling addiction and still want to be with my baby? Cairns Place Maternity Center is not just for expecting mothers. We also accept mothers with a newborn under 6 months old. We assist new mothers with the Child Protective Services process. We connect them with resources like WIC, the HANDS program, and Two Hearts Pregnancy Center, so they will have everything they need, including financial counseling, baby formula, and even diapers to ensure that they are a successful mother inside and outside of treatment. To learn more about these services, you can visit our website or call the number on your screen. Well, that's all for this edition of Inside ARC. If you need help, please do not hesitate to reach out. We are here to help you. Until next time.
We know life can be a lot. At Addiction Recovery Care, our outpatient treatment program is designed to provide flexible and convenient care. Our program is structured to support individuals in their recovery journey while also allowing them to continue with their daily lives.
The second that you walk in the doors here, you're going to meet people who are just like you, who are going to love you, who are going to pour into you, and you're going to feel comfortable and like you're at home here.
Clients in our outpatient treatment program will have the opportunity to work with a team of experienced and compassionate professionals who are dedicated to helping them achieve lasting recovery. From therapists to counselors and medical staff, we work with each individual to develop a personalized treatment plan for you. Our outpatient program will help you or your loved one continue their journey toward recovery and sobriety.
There's so many stories, successful stories, that I love being able to be a part of. Families are reunited, and that to me is what it's all about.
We have a variety of therapies and techniques with proven records of helping with substance abuse. These include individual and group therapy, holistic therapies, and medication management. We understand that the road to recovery can be challenging, but we are here to support you every step of the way.
We're not just a doctor's office that says, hey, this is what you're required to do, now do it. We're going to treat you as like if you're family. We'll do whatever we can to make your treatment here a success.